Hey guys, well this is my Fitbit review, and I gotta tell you what, this Fitbit Charge HR is such an awesome device. Very impressed with it. Love the color, by the way. This blue really brings out my eyes. Not just kidding. But I was originally gonna go with black, but my 3-year-old said, "Daddy, the blue one will look better on you." And of course, I had to. So let's take a closer look at this.
Now this one I have is the Fitbit Charge HR Blue. I gotta love it. Now let's get started here. The button's on the left hand side. You want to wear this on your non-dominant arm. And as you push the button, of course you see it goes steps, heart rate monitor, location of how many miles you've gone, and how many calories you've burned, and how many stairs. So of course it shows you the date and time, and that is actually customizable using the Fitbit app. Now steps I feel like they should call movement, because it's more like your movements, not so much steps. Heart rate monitor, of course it's not reading me because it's not on my wrist. It does track how many miles you go per day, especially when you're active. And of course it shows how many calories you've burned. It's not completely accurate, but pretty damn close. Now let me say, the overall feel of this watch is amazing. I love the weight. I love the wristband that's on it. It's very comfortable. You kind of forget it's on you. Looking at the sensor underneath, those green lights, that's kind of what helps take your heart rate. The lights do stop flashing after you've laid it down on a table after a few minutes. Now up here we have the port where you charge it. It plugs into there. Remember, it only goes in one way. If it's not going in the first time, again, turn it around and try again like I had to. This really has a nice feel to it. I mean, overall, I really love the watch. It feels great. The overall look of it, the design, they did really well. Definitely love that it's kind of like a watch band. Made me happy. I don't know about you, but I love wearing a watch, and this just makes me, stoked. As well as taking this off. Now, there's a nifty trick here. If you try and pull that off, it won't come off right away and easily. And here's why. If you look on the inside here, right there, that sits in there and keeps it pretty well to where it doesn't come off easily. But there's a little trick to it. You pinch the sides, it comes right off. Whoop-de-doo. It took me about 5 minutes to figure that out before I finally got it taken care of the right way.
One of the biggest things I could say about this Fitbit is definitely, yes, it does go ahead and show steps while you're driving. Not as many. I mean, the most I've seen for about an hour's worth of driving is about 250 steps. But you really got to look at steps as more of a movement type thing, or movements is what I think they should call it, because that's really what it is. One of the biggest things to watch out for and be aware of with this Fitbit stuff is your active minutes. Those are the most important, where you're trying to lose weight or whatever you're doing, like me, trying to do all the above and stay healthy. Active minutes is really where you want to go. Fortunately, it doesn't tell you what your active minutes is on here. I'm pretty sure there's a way to customize it, maybe where you can see your active minutes, but I haven't played with that feature yet. I kind of like the way it's set up now, and I like logging into the app all the time to check that information. The heart rate monitor, my God, that thing works amazingly. Like, I love being able to see where my heart rate's at all times, and even keeps a pretty much history of it. I mean, I don't know how far you can go back, but I've been able to go back since I started using it, so that is pretty cool. Now, when it comes down to the heart rate monitor, I will tell you, yes, you're going to see reviews out there saying that it's not accurate. I'm sure it's not exactly accurate to where everyone would want it to be. Is it close? I'm pretty sure it's pretty close, even if it's off 5 to 10. I mean, it may not be the best, but, I'm not saying it's off 5 to 10. I'm saying there are some reviews out there that say that it's not exactly accurate as an EKG. But then again, what the hell is? It's supposed to be pretty accurate, but compared to an EKG, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure the EKG is going to be way more accurate, and that thing's got way more things hooked up onto you than just a little sensor sitting on your wrist. But for what it is, for our day-to-day use, of course, absolutely, this is what we want. But if you have someone buying it for medical issues, you may want to buy something else if you need an exact, accurate heart rate. But for personal use, for fitness and everything else, I think it works out pretty amazingly. Very impressed. Make sure to look around online, because I checked all around, read tons of reviews on this, and the biggest complaint I ever saw was like battery issues. That's been the biggest complaint out of everybody. I say whatever store you go to, like Best Buy or wherever, and definitely purchase a replacement warranty with it. It can't hurt. It's like $15-20. Who cares? You walk in and be like, I need another one. I dumped my hand in the sink. The biggest thing I could see people going ahead and using this for is just your day-to-day activity stuff. I know I use it for that, and I love it, and it kind of gives a good reminder to me to make sure that I'm staying out there and staying active as much as possible. So another thing that people haven't really probably told you about is it monitors your sleep. If you wear this thing at night, it will monitor your sleep, tell you how much you were restless, whether or not you woke up. I mean, this thing told me I was awake in like the middle of the night, but of course I don't remember waking up, but apparently I was awake at some point and moving around.
People complained online about battery issues.
And yes, of course, as every device out there, okay, it only lasts 2 to 3 days tops. I mean, they say up to 5. Yeah, of course. Come on. Everybody lies. Hell, gas mileage, battery life, you name it on any phone. They're all little fibbers. But when it comes down to it, 2 to 3 days is pretty damn good. If you're really active, this thing's probably going to last you about 48 hours. But who cares? So what? You have to plug it in for an hour. Oh, whip-de-doo. After that hour, guess what? It's charged again and you're good to go for another 48 hours. Who cares? Just remember, out of all the fitness devices out there, this one so far seems to really impress me. I mean, I've never had an Apple Watch and would love to have one if they didn't cost so damn much. That'd probably be what I'm reviewing right now, but unfortunately, this was significantly cheaper than the Apple Watch, and it does quite a bit, and I am very well impressed with it. So, I bet you can't wait to get yours today. Catch you guys next time.
Don't forget to subscribe below.
And leave it in the comments.
Booyah.